I mean, one of the areas I want to explore with you is the whole question of when you are say, a breast cancer survivor or a patient. Tell me, I mean, about work, because your work life is interrupted.
Yes.
And can you go back to work? Naive question in some ways, but what was your experience in relation to work? And also I want to ask you about caring responsibilities, which you mentioned.
Well, I remember that at first I thought, well, it's going to be a treatment of 24 weeks, so within the year I will go back to work. Because I'm someone who wants to go, so I wanted to go back to work. And then suddenly when you go through this treatment and and surgery and everything, you notice that after a year you're not at work, you're not back at work. So that's really frustrating if you're really willing to work. But I think the important thing is that you need to stay in contact with your employer or your colleagues. And I think that is a part responsibility for the employer to also stay connected with the patient. What I found difficult is that my energy level changed. I was tired quickly, often at the stress level. I reached it really quickly. So it was really hard. But when I was ready to go back to work, I noticed that in Belgium we have this progressive return to work. I don't know how you call it in English, but it's the possibility that you have to start working like 1 day a week, then 2 days a week.
Flexible work.
Yes, but it's not like a rule. It's like a possibility, and the employer needs to agree with it. So if we're talking about, is there any discrimination towards breast cancer patients or survivors, maybe it's a little bit that, because it depends on the employer whether you can do it or not. So what women and men are facing is that they want to go back to work, but then the employer says, well, you have to come back half-time or full-time. And sometimes in the beginning, half-time is just too much. So that's really a pity, because I remember when I had my breast reconstructive surgery, after, I don't know, 2 months, I felt really good. I didn't ask my doctor, I returned to work. And then I think a few weeks later, I crashed. I crashed. Yes. And my doctor said, well, who gave you permission to go back to work? And I said, well, I didn't know I had to ask for permission because I was feeling fine. But the problem is that when you're feeling fine, you don't have like the reserve of energy.
Yes.
You're at zero. So you
it's about
taking
go your time to build up your energy
again. You need to take the time, and that's really difficult if you are someone that really wants to go back to work. Yeah. You really need to understand that getting better is also work.